Rolling.
Okay, we're beginning this windshield survey at Hockomock Plaza in West Bridgewater along Route 106. We're on a major road just about half a mile from Route 24, and I decided to start here because Hockomock Plaza, first of all, it has that cool retro neon sign, except for it's not retro, it's just left over from when it was new, and it's named for Hockomock Swamp, which is one of the largest wetlands in New England, and the home for many of the Bridgewater Triangle paranormal observations over the years. And we're going to go over here. You see Grace Church, a liquor store, Subway. This was also the location of one of the last video stores I knew about, Blockbusters I knew of. And now there's one of these suburban churches, like a storefront church. They also have a little coffee shop. They have been doing some work with the Global Religious Studies program at Bridgewater. So an interesting model for church growth. So now we're, as before, we are starting we're still in West Bridgewater as we were on our last outing, in an even more leafy and rural part of that town. We're heading north. Passing again another West Bridgewater Community Church. I think that's changed denominations. That was a Baptist church. We're coming into the boundary area with Brockton pretty soon. Again, some of the large lots, leafy suburbs right on the outside of the city of Brockton. And I don't really have a whole lot more to say about this, except just take in this scenery. As we go forward in this video, please take notes of anything that I say that you want to follow up on. I think we've started about a mile from the border. This is a Thursday afternoon, and again I have my son Harvey helping out. And we're going to end this segment at a pretty interesting part of the city of Brockton. I don't think we have crossed the city line yet. I wish I had a GPS that would shows me that this is Elm Street, but it doesn't show me which town we're in. We just passed a little machine shop, a little light manufacturing, but still this is predominantly residential. A few of these were farmhouses, but most of them were not. Florist, the home business, and some homes for sale. One thing I'll encourage you to do is look at Zillow or other kinds of real estate ads if you want to do comparisons inside and outside of the city. We just passed some light manufacturing. I'm not sure exactly what that was. It's no longer in operation. Welding shop. Still in West Bridgewater. Oh, here we are again at that country club I mentioned the other day. So we are overlapping a little bit with our previous journey. Here is Skyview Village. We saw before, but now we're continuing north past that. I think when I enter Brockton from Elm Street, I usually turn off someplace before this, but we have crossed the line without, I did not notice a marker.
Brockton Country Club.
Brockton Country Club. Why don't we go over there and see what that's about? This is a dead end. I think that maybe the country club might be the same property that I was pointing to earlier where my band had performed. It's a pretty big old mansion in the woods there. Oh, and here's the Brockton Country Club. It is not what I was thinking.
Lots of flags.
Yep, lots of extra flags because this is September 10th.
Gotta play golf.
Golf. There are several places in town to play golf. I did not realize this one. I am pretty sure I've never been here before. Learn something new every day.
Good thing we're in the Mercedes, huh?
It's Harvey is pointing out that our family car is a Mercedes, an older Mercedes, but a nice looking Mercedes, it turns out, and it allows us to get away with going into places. This is really true. We've driven this car into places I would not have driven our old Saturn into nearly as comfortably. It's really says something about class in our country that's really true. That just being in the seat of this car gets a little bit different treatment. I've never gotten the sense I didn't belong in a neighborhood, even though I've driven this into some pretty restricted neighborhoods in little pockets of New England. We're going to continue. We're back out on Elm Street. So this is a long video, but that's okay. Sometimes we take a long drive. Here it's political season and also human rights season. So we have Michael Brady. I'm hoping we can have a visit with him later in the term. I've talked with him about this class in the past, and I hope to have him as part of the class in the future. He was present at that very first talk I gave about Brockton for civic organization way back 15 or more years ago. So we're clearly in the city.
What's he running for?
He is running for state senate, re-election to state senate. I think at the time I first met him, he was a city councilor, and then he became a state rep, and then he became a state senator. And I see him sometimes when I'm in the state house doing lobbying. So we're in the city of Brockton, and this is one of those examples where the kind of quality of the houses, the size of the lots and everything isn't that different from when we crossed in from West Bridgewater into the city. It's still predominantly big houses, a few for sale signs, not a scary number of for sale signs, and well kept. So this is a side of the city that's doing pretty well. On our first Windshield survey, I showed you, a pretty tough economic area in terms of the commercial district we were in, but this residential side is doing okay, I would say. And then there's Michelle Dubois. We also hope to have, she's running for state rep, so those are not opposed to each other. One's a rep, one's a senator. They're both in office now, and they're both people who are aware of our class, and I hope to get them on our schedule. So we're going to stop here, and I will restart the video.
Stop sign.
We're going to stop at the stop sign, and
all right.
thank you.